Have you ever had a plan for your life, only to watch it completely fall apart? I know I have. The quote I chose is by Winston Churchill. He said, "Success is not final, failure is not fatal, and it is the courage to continue that counts." When I first heard that quote, I thought it was just another motivational saying. We have a lot of those. But the more I thought about my own life, the more I realized it described my journey almost perfectly. To me, this quote means that success doesn't mean you're finished, and failure doesn't mean you're done. Life keeps moving, and every setback gives you another chance to decide whether you're going to quit or keep going. What really matters is having the courage to continue, even when things don't work out the way you planned. When I graduated high school, I thought I knew exactly what I wanted to do. First, I tried to become a CNA. I worked hard, but I missed one clinical day and I couldn't get my license. At the time, it felt like a huge failure because I had already pictured myself doing that job and later becoming an RN. After that, I decided to become an EMT. I finished the program, but once I started thinking about the reality of the job, I realized I was just too soft hearted for it. I cared deeply about people, and I knew I would carry those difficult situations home with me every day. I would relive them every time I drove down certain roads. Wasn't the right career for me. Then I quit my job at Shop and Save and went to work at Woodmark because it paid well. I finally accepted that maybe factory work was just going to be my future. I told myself I probably wasn't going to finish school, and I tried to be okay with that. Then I found out I was pregnant with my first son. The financial security became more important than ever, so I stayed. But after two layoffs, I realized something that really changed my perspective. I realized I was expendable. No matter how hard I worked or how loyal I was, the company would always do what was best for the company. I was working long hours, missing holidays. I couldn't always take time off when I wanted to be with my family. I started asking myself if this was really how I wanted to spend the rest of my life. When I became pregnant with my second son, I knew something had to change. I wanted to be more than someone who worked every day just to make it to the next paycheck. I wanted my boys to grow up seeing that it's okay to chase your goals even if it takes time. So, almost 3 years ago, with a 3-year-old and a newborn, I made one of the biggest decisions of my life. I went back to school. It hasn't been easy. I failed my first semester. I didn't do very well with my second semester either. There were days when I questioned whether I was smart enough or whether I should just quit or go back to what was familiar. But then I realized something. My kids are watching me. Whether they realize it or not now, they're learning from the choices that I make. If I quit every time life got hard, what would that teach them? I wanted them to see that failure isn't something to be ashamed of. It's something that you learn from. Since then, I've had classes that have challenged me more than I ever expected. There have been long nights studying after taking care of my family. There have been months when I felt overwhelmed and wondered if I could keep up. But every obstacle has taught me something. Today, I am proud to say that I am still here. I'm getting closer to my goal every semester. And I have just a little over 2 years left until I become a dental hygienist. Looking back now, I'm so thankful I didn't let those early failures decide my future. That's why this quote means so much to me. Success is not final, failure is not fatal, and it is the courage to continue that counts. If I had to let one failed semester, one missed opportunity, or one difficult season stop me, I wouldn't be where I am today. And I would still be wondering, what if I had just tried one more time? I hope everyone listening remembers that your first plan in life, it doesn't have to be your last plan. Sometimes the path you end up taking is completely different from the one you imagine, and that's okay. The important thing is that everything goes perfectly. It's not that everything goes perfectly. It's that you keep getting back up and moving forward. Thank you.